Lindsay Cutshall was born on September 9th, 1981 in Fresno, Ohio, to Chris and Kathy Cutshall. After graduating in 2003, 22-year-old Lindsay moved approximately 200 miles south to further her studies at Appalachian Bible College in West Virginia. She was actively involved in spiritual outreach, often engaging in outdoor activities. During her time there, she met Jason Allen, a Zeeland, Michigan native and former student of the college. Having already completed his studies, 26-year-old Jason had returned to assist in guiding and mentoring students. The pair clicked immediately over their shared love of the scripture and the outdoors, and they subsequently began a relationship. Lindsay's mother, Kathy, said of Jason, quote, "He came from a great family, and he grew up in a wonderful home." 5 months after meeting, Jason visited Lindsay's parents in Fresno and asked Lindsay's father, Chris, for his daughter's hand in marriage. Chris accepted and they became engaged and set their wedding for September of 2004. During the summer, the couple worked as counsellors at Rock and Water, a Christian youth adventure camp located on the American River in El Dorado County, California, which lies approximately 50 miles east of Sacramento. On June 1st, 2004, Lindsay and Jason set out from Ohio, embarking on a journey to the West Coast to continue their ministry at Rock and Water. Throughout the summer, they guided young campers on outdoor excursions in the Sierra wilderness, including hiking, rock climbing, and whitewater rafting. Every Sunday, Lindsay made it a tradition to call her parents from a payphone, sharing stories of their exciting experiences. As the summer neared its end, the couple planned a final getaway before heading home. Wanting to explore San Francisco, they drove about 130 miles southwest for a weekend of sightseeing. Departing from Coloma on Friday, August 13th, 2004, they were due back at camp by Sunday afternoon, around 4 or 5 p.m, to resume work the following day. Chris and Kathy Cutshall's world changed drastically after returning home from mailing their daughter's wedding invitations on August 16th. They received a distressing phone call. Lindsay was missing. On Sunday, neither Lindsay nor Jason had returned, and Lindsay's usual weekly call never came. By Tuesday, the Cutshalls took action, flying from Ohio to California. That same day, Lindsay and Jason were officially reported missing. On August 18th, 2004, a park ranger patrolling Fish Head Beach in Jenner, roughly 165 miles southwest of Coloma and nearly 80 miles north of San Francisco, came across an abandoned red car, thought to have been Lindsay's red 1992 Ford Tempo, parked at a scenic overlook. The remote coastal location in Sonoma County offered stunning ocean views, but the vehicle's presence raised suspicion. After running the license plate, authorities identified the car as belonging to Lindsay Cutshall. A sheriff's helicopter was deployed after there was a report of a man stranded on a cliff near Fish Head Beach. Investigating further, the ranger descended the steep embankment to the sandy beach below. There, detectives discovered, quote, "On a bed of sand and driftwood, the bodies of Lindsay Cutshall and Jason Allen, both wrapped in sleeping bags and killed while they slept by a single gunshot to the head. The bullets thought to have been from an uncommon Marlin .45 caliber repeating rifle with either, quote, a long Colt style or a carbine magazine." While ballistics analysis identified the type of gun used, law enforcement chose not to reveal this information publicly to avoid leading the investigation astray. The weapon was rare, deemed too powerful for typical ranch use, and likely required custom-loaded ammunition. Detectives canvassed the county and beyond, searching for that specific model of firearm. They eventually collected around 100 guns to test in their investigation. Additionally, no shell casings were found at the crime scene, implying the perpetrator had taken them. A Bible rested beside the bodies, and their backpacks, which contained identification, were found nearby, but no weapon or shell casings were present, ruling out a murder-suicide. It was determined that the couple had either died on the night of the 14th of August or the early hours of the 15th. With no signs of theft or sexual assault, investigators were left without an apparent motive. However, a disposable camera was found at the scene, offering potential clues. Photos retrieved from Lindsay and Jason's camera confirmed they had spent Saturday, August 14th, sightseeing in San Francisco. The images captured them smiling in front of iconic landmarks like Alcatraz and the Golden Gate Bridge, appearing joyful and carefree. A credit card transaction from that day also provided a clue, showing that they had purchased a miniature bottle of Tabasco sauce at Fisherman's Wharf. Continuing their journey, Lindsay and Jason travelled about 60 miles north to Bodega, California. While there, they visited a local surf shop, asking for recommendations on places to stay for the night. After speaking with the shop owner, their exact movements became less clear, according to Sonoma County Chief Deputy District Attorney Spencer Brady. However, it was later determined that they eventually made their way to Fish Head Beach. In the days leading up to the murders, witnesses reported sightings of Lindsay's 1992 red Ford Tempo in multiple towns, including Guerneville, Sebastopol, Forestville, and Highway 1 in Jenner. On Saturday, the night investigators believed the crime took place, it's suspected, though not confirmed, that the couple stopped at a local motel and restaurant called River's End. However, they were reportedly unable to secure a room. Instead, they learned about a nearby beach, located less than a mile away. Since overnight camping on the beach was prohibited, it's unlikely Lindsay and Jason intended to stay there for more than a single night. As news of the double homicide spread, the case gained widespread media attention, prompting over 1,000 tips to flood the Sonoma County Sheriff's Office. Then, on August 21st, 2004, a woman called authorities with a significant lead, pointing them towards her boyfriend, Sean Gallen. According to Detective Joey Horseman, Gallen was a local with a troubling past, known for, quote, doing weird things. District Attorney Spencer Bradley later described Gallen as a familiar name to law enforcement, with a history of heavy substance abuse and a fascination with hunting. He considered himself a survivalist and lived an unconventional lifestyle. Detectives visited his home in Guerneville, just over 10 miles from Jenner, where they discovered firearms, bulletproof vests, and even a spear. However, no direct evidence linked him to the crime. The killer had likely removed the shell casings from the scene, preventing ballistics analysis from connecting a weapon to the murders. Brady explained, quote, "He had frozen animals in his apartment. He was definitely living on the fringes, alternative lifestyle. He was somewhat savvy with weapons, and he was, I would say it's fair to say, a bit antisocial." Despite suspicions, authorities lacked enough proof to make an arrest. In May 2006, nearly 2 years after the murders of Cutshall and Allen, detectives from the Sonoma County Sheriff's Office released new evidence in hopes of generating fresh leads. Among the new discoveries were poems located near the crime scene, writings found in a journal inside a nearby driftwood hut, an empty 40-ounce bottle of Camel beer, and drawings etched into pieces of driftwood close to the site of the killings. Camel beer, which originated in Wisconsin and is no longer produced, was an unusual find in California. Additionally, investigators discovered a unique hat on a turnout above the beach along Highway 1. Authorities were eager to understand how both the hat and beer bottle ended up in those locations. Within the visitor's journal, located in the driftwood hut on the beach, Both Jason and Lindsay had made entries. Jason stated, quote, "As I stir this mac and cheese, I think to myself, what a wonderful life. I've just spent 2 awesome days with my fiancée Lindsay. Can life ever be so perfect? Only with a person who is so great. God gives me this privilege in life, and he has given me a wonderful woman to enjoy it." Lindsay wrote, quote, "The sun is going down in the horizon. All I see is the beams shining on the cliff face, and I know that God is awesome. I look around and I see his creation all around me." The Sonoma County Sheriff's Office offered a $50,000 reward in hopes of generating new leads, keeping a steady flow of tips coming in. However, as weeks turned into months and eventually years, investigators remained without a suspect. A potential breakthrough came in 2009 when fugitive Joseph Henry Burgess was killed in a New Mexico shootout that also claimed 2 lives. Burgess had been wanted for a 1972 double homicide in which a young couple was shot while camping on a beach in Vancouver Island, Canada, a case eerily similar to the Cutshall Allen murders. Despite the striking parallels, DNA evidence from a beer can found at the Jenner crime scene did not match Burgess, eliminating him as a suspect. Other theories emerged over the years, including speculation that Lindsay and Jason had unknowingly interrupted a drug deal or even fallen victim to the infamous Zodiac killer. However, none of these leads brought investigators closer to solving the case. On March 24, 2017, 13 years after the murders of Lindsay Cutshall and Jason Allen, Sonoma County deputies responded to a domestic shooting at Sean Gallen's home, where his 36-year-old brother, Seamus Gallen, had been fatally shot. Sean, who had previously been questioned in connection with the deaths of Cutshall and Allen, eventually confessed to killing his brother. After admitting to the murder of his brother, Sean Gallen was further interrogated about the Jenner double homicide. Although he initially denied any involvement, he agreed to take a lie detector test. However, he failed when asked questions related to Lindsay and Jason. During the investigation, authorities obtained a search warrant related to Seamus Gallen's killing, which included a probe into Sean Gallen's Facebook account. Investigators discovered unsettling posts by Sean, including images linked to the occult and Satanism, according to District Attorney Spencer Brady. They also uncovered a troubling private message from Gallen's then-girlfriend, quote, "Maybe I should just go turn you in for that 50 grand reward. Why don't you go shoot some more people and try to get away with it?" In 2017, detectives from Sonoma County travelled to London, England, to interview Sean Gallen's former girlfriend, hoping she might have information linking him to the murders. However, before they could meet with her, Gallen confessed to the crimes while in jail, admitting to the murders of Lindsay Cutshall and Jason Allen. In his confession, Gallen claimed he had been hunting wild boar at Fishhead Beach when he unexpectedly encountered the sleeping couple. He said he shot Allen first and then killed Cutshall after she briefly awoke from the initial gunshot. As detectives pressed him for details to confirm the authenticity of his story, Gallen revealed that he had collected the shell casings from the beach, placed them in a soda can, and hid the can in the blackberry bushes on his father's property. Authorities located the shell casings exactly where Gallen had described, linking him to the crime scene. Sean Gallen eventually pleaded guilty to the murders of Lindsay Cutshall, Jason Allen, and his own brother, Seamus Gallen. He was sentenced to 3 consecutive life terms in prison, along with an additional 94 years. The motive for the double murder remains unknown. Jason and Lindsay were buried together in Fairfield Cemetery in West Lafayette, Ohio. The headstone reads, "Sunset to sunrise. To be married September 11th, 2004. Swallowed up by life together, August 15th, 2004.